Well, hello guys. Welcome to another Massachusetts Central Radio Show. Your humble host Mike Mo here on a Wednesday morning at about 7:02. Sorry, this is very early for me. I have work in about 8, 9, 10, 11. I've worked in about 4 hours, but I thought I'd get up, log in, because usually I'm never up this early because I felt good today. So everybody, hello, welcome. Couple things I want to. Oh yes, hello. Today is July 2nd, um, 2025, and it is the second half of this year. By the way, we are at day 183 on the Julian calendars, and this is what greeted me today. To greet me this morning. Gray skies. Gray skies are falling. But yeah, hello everybody. Welcome back to another one of these. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent. I've been showing you guys quality. I've been telling you guys I'm going to do vlogs up the nose, but I'm doing a lot more video game content, and I hope you guys enjoy that. We had a record. I shouldn't say we had a record, but we had a record June this year. You guys responded with over, well, people who are unsubscribed and stuff like that. June was so let me just reiterate. So December last year, we ended we ended last year with 155 views total for like 1,604 views, which was crazy. So January. Well, actually, let's just do a mid-year recap since it's the middle of the year. Well, technically today is day 102. Well, is it 182? I'm just gonna call it a mid-year recap since it is that day. So I think it's 182, 183. Can't remember. I didn't really plan on this, but we're just gonna call this mid-year recap. So January we scored 231. That was the biggest of all time. I thought nothing would top that. See, January, February 188. We went a little down. In March 168, but we're still good. 170, we had a little bit of a uprising, and then May, you guys came back with a vengeance to put me 10 down on but the scale kind of moves when we move to June. So that's what June looks like, and that's 516 views. We currently have 5 views, and the total for the end of last year was 1,604 views. Lifetime, I have 1,375 views, although on the main channel it will say 12,800, like 70 something on videos. Views, not videos. I have like 2,000 something about videos. This year, we start the second half of the year with 1,499 views. So we're gonna pass last year's tally by quite some margin. So I want to see how many views we pass next year. So if we do two. So even if we hit like 100, I'll be, even if we hit like 80 this month and we continue the rest of the year, but I plan to change that a little bit this month, but with more vlogs, including this one. So yeah, so you guys responded well. So I just wanted to reiterate what's been going on in my life. Let's see. My cousin Allie got married on Saturday. That went well. I danced the night away, and it was great. Ate some good food, good drink, and I had fun. Um, so, it was an interesting time. It was great to see finally another one of my mother's one of my somebody on my mom's side of the family get married. One side of the family, well, somebody from my mother's side of the family get married, even though both of my brothers are from my mother's side of the family. It's good to see them. So the only ones that are not married, so of the grandkids, my cousin Allie's married, my brother Chuck's married, my brother Miles is married, my cousin Julia is married. Let's see, so there's Allie, Miles, Chuck, Julia. Let's see, that's four of that only leaves Kristen, my cousin Dan, me, um, and then my cousin Sam. So there's still Allie, Chuck, Miles. So Allie, Chuck, Miles, Allie, Chuck, Miles. Yeah, Allie, Chuck, Miles, um, and Julia. So that means there's still Dan, me, Kristen, and Sam. Allie, Chuck, Miles, Allie. Oh, yeah, yeah. Allie, Chuck, Miles, Allie, Chuck, Miles, Julia, and I forget. Oh yeah, and and Eric is my ninth cousin. That's right. Then there's also Eric. So there's five more. Hopefully I'm next. Hopefully it's either me or Kristen that goes next. So um, there's truly is working on that though. So but all in good time, gotta find the right person. We had a, but it's always good to celebrate that with a family member, other than a complete stranger. So it's so yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It was so the food was great. The music was great. Oh, by the way, the music. We actually had the Allie and Pat, the Hannons, as they call themselves now, Allie Hannon and Patrick Hannon, actually put together a live band and did some great music. So we were rocking out to some great music. So did some classic tunes, and we um, did a bunch of stuff. It was an open bar, so we didn't have to pay. Um, Although I had to give like about a gazillion tips. Um, so yeah, I didn't overdrink because I kind of want to enjoy. I want to enjoy my night. Um, so yeah, my uh, vacation season for the summer is kind of over. My The next biggest event that we're having is my cousin Julia's baby shower. She's due in September. My brother Miles, his wife, Galen, was in June, and we actually had that. That was actually the weekend that we were at Watkins Glen. So, but we were there in spirit. I was there in spirit. So, um, but I'm not gonna miss my cousin Julia's though, because it's different. Most of my cousins, and so it'll be interesting to see that happen. The other thing is July 4th is happening, and America is turning 249. on Friday. I have Friday off. And I also have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I'm back Monday for work. You guys are probably wondering how work's going. Work is going hilariously amazing. So I told you guys that I went on a sabbatical for 1 year. Um, Work is going good. It's ideal. It's not perfect. I didn't expect it to be because work's work. I've been in retail for eons, so there's always a wrench in the works, and that's what makes it so interesting. Even if you have the bottom of the dregs day, you're still gonna get something out of it. And I just if you have if those in retail, if you guys have a bad day or if you guys have one that's not so great, it's gonna happen because it's just this is one day when nothing lines up and it just crashes on you. I've had plenty of those days, so it's not easy. Some people really don't like that, but it's easier for me because I've had more experience. But for those of you who are starting retail and are getting into it, please, please give it a try. If you don't like it, you can always find someone else or try to go back to school, or if you're doing retail so you can go to school, um, just give it a try. Ride it while you can, and if you find another job that pays better during the summer while you're home from school, do that, or do it full time. You don't care about work, um, or not care about retail. But everybody has their own things. I'm just used to retail, so it can be a pain in the neck, but is what it is. Pays the bills. Plus, I'm part of a union, so that's even better. So I actually get health benefits and a retirement plan and all that other good stuff. Plus, you get union protection when things go wrong. So do remember that. So yeah. Um, so yeah, I thought I would do it. I did record Gran Turismo a little bit. I'm gonna reignite doing Eleanor a little bit. Pokemon, as you guys saw. You guys will see that is gonna be up on Mondays or Tuesdays. I haven't figured that out yet. So Forza is still gonna be on Thursday. I might record some Forza. Um, Gran Turismo is still there, so I'm still gonna action pack this. I know my videos aren't um, aren't up to par in terms of numbers, but remember, it's quality over quantity with me. So I've already done 300 vlogs a year, so I don't really expect to do this, but I'll probably do a few more this year, and I'll do whatever I can to get the count up and try to do a few more so you guys can see me jabbing a little bit more. Some automotive news. I have some automotive news that I'm probably going to be talking about on tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday. We're going to obviously celebrate the 4th and tell you some racing news. Well, the Spot 24 was this week. Well, actually, the 324s were like 3 weekends in a row. So you had Le Mans. Actually, you had 4 endurance races in that span. You had Le Mans, then you had Watkins Glen, and then you had the Nürburgring 24 on the same weekend. And then because I was watching that while I was watching the 6 hours of the Glen. And then they had the Spa 24 hour. They also had the NASCAR race. They also had a bunch of stuff and yada 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 and so on and so forth. So Lamborghini, I believe, won its first 24 hours of Spa, and it's not the first Italian manufacturer to win it. Ferrari's won it twice. Ferrari, I think, has won it twice. Once with the 296, and I think the other time they won it with the 515 Maranello back in the 2000s, BMS Scuderia Italia. Maserati's won it like 4 times with the MC12, and then Alfa Romeo's won it a couple of times when it was a touring car race, way back, and also, and Lamborghini, of course, is on the move. So the Italians have done it. So the way how it was split with the 24-hour race. Oh yes, by the way, we had Daytona. So Daytona was won by the Germans, and the Nürburgring. Well, the Le Mans 24 Hours was won by the Italians. The Nürburgring 24 predictably was won by the Germans, and the Spa 24, thank God, was won by the Italians. So it seems that the Italians seem to have a little bit of an edge, although with endurance races, well, I shouldn't say that. Sebring also went to Porsche, but Watkins Glen went to the Japanese, which was Acura, which I watched on the last lap gas shoot for fuel, because the Cadillac couldn't calculate their numbers, even though it's a normally as-rated V8. Would have loved the 2-1, but Acura's going to get in there, and Acura/HPD hasn't won a race that I've been to in a while. Been since like 2013, since I've seen HPD win a race, so kind of good to see Acura HPD win, because I remember watching one of their first ever wins at Lime Rock in 2008. So I remember they did that overall against Porsche and Audi and everybody else. So, but yeah, motor racing, it's been going on. The last endurance race I think for the year is, well, it's a couple more, because I think there's the Daytona, because I think there's the Indianapolis 8-hour, and I think the Brickyard. I think IMSA has the Brickyard race. I think it's a 6-hour race, and of course there's Petit Le Mans, which ends everything, and then of course it'll all start over again in January, February with the Corvette Deck 24, which I think was won by BMW. I'm not sure. I'll have to check back on that, but nice to talk to you guys again, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.